Mic check, mic check. I love weed. There's no one that loves weed more than me. Actually, there probably is some hardcore stoners out there, but I was a hardcore stoner. I love weed so much. I still love weed. Like, just everything about it. There's so many strains, the way it smells, the texture, breaking it down, how it's stuck in my fingernails, and I could just smell it throughout the day. Like, I was a connoisseur stoner. Guys, my whole life was surrounded by weed. Like, I would hang out with my friends at high school. We would trim big plants, and we would use these scissors to trim the plants, and we'd have all this hash on the scissors. We'd scrape the hash off the scissors and take fat bong hits. Guys, I mean, I kind of regret all that time. I mean, to be honest, because we were just getting high. We didn't even really like each other. A lot of us, we were just in it for the drugs. We just, my friend, he grew weed and he knew a lot of dealers and we got a good deal. We always chilled at his house. Every day after school, we would go to my friend Johnny's house. He had all these big ass bongs, straight shooters, dab rigs, and I was high all the time. Guys, I loved marijuana. Like, it was such a big part of my life for so long. Like, that's why it was so hard for me to quit because I was so attached to it. It was such a huge part of my life. It really reminds me kind of like I went through a bad breakup. Like, you guys know you go through a breakup that's like, and the breakup is so bad, like you can't even eat. Like, I love this girl so much, but the relationship was so toxic that after the first couple months after we broke up, like, I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. Like, I lost everything. I lost everything. And I'm going to be going back and forth on a tangent. Like, this relationship with this girl that I was with, like, it was very toxic. She was an alcoholic. I was a pothead and a pill popper. You know, I would take her booze and throw it down the drain, and she would take my weed and flush it down the toilet. And we were both just toxic and, like, very insecure about each other, always checking each other's phones. Whenever I was out, she was just like, take a picture of where you're at. She would literally want me to take pictures of where I was at, so I wasn't, she didn't think I was cheating on her or with another girl. And I was kind of the same way because she was a very flirtatious stripper type girl. But the thing is, we loved each other very much, but we were so toxic that it was just it was so fucked, guys. I can't even really explain this in a way for you guys to understand, but this is an extreme toxic relationship. Like, the only time I really cried like a pussy was when I was with her. Like, when we broke up and like the last few weeks we were with each other. We went to court with each other, guys. We had restraining orders on each other because like it just got so bad that it was like a freaking divorce. Half my friends went with her, half her friends went with me, and like it was just like a divorce. And we got restraining orders on each other because it was just so toxic toward the end. She slapped me. I might have pushed her. I'm not trying to, nothing super physical. But I remember one night, she slapped my glasses off I don't have glasses on right now, but she slapped me really hard when she was drunk. And I was trying to like stop that. And like she wanted me to get out of the house. So she got a restraining order first on me. And then for my retaliation, I got a restraining order on her. But guys, I could keep going into this freaking sob story, but we were so attached. It's just like marijuana. I was so attached to marijuana, guys. It was like I could never leave this. I love it too much. It was a toxic relationship, just like this girl I was with. It really reminds me of the same thing. Now, this isn't necessarily an anti-weed video. This is about growth. Weed is not the worst drug, okay? But as I became older, working more on becoming a better version of myself, I started to feel regret for using it because I was constantly high, guys. I'm not the type of dude that can just take a hit. Like everyone's like in the comments, or like my mom even, she's just like, why can't you just smoke at night? Like, I can't. Maybe I'll get to a point where I can do that, but I can't do that. Like, I don't know. Like, if I have it, I need to smoke when I wake up. I need to smoke it during the day. Like, I need to be high. I don't know. I'm an addict, so I can't just have a little bit. Moderation doesn't work with me. But the thing is, guys, is like, it really reminded me of like a relationship. Because my relationship with weed was toxic, and I was so attached to it that I felt like I could never live without it. And, it helped me with stress, helped me with focus, helped me with creativity, helped me with social anxiety, as I thought. I literally thought it was helping me with these things, But that was my addict brain convincing me it was helping with these things. If I actually just worked on self-development and became a better version of myself, I'd be able to manage my stress better, I'd be able to focus better, I'd have better creativity, I'd be less social, I'd have less social anxiety when I'm a better version of myself. The pot is like a band-aid. It's like you're self-medicating because you're like clouding your real thoughts with this fucking THC so you can be like a normal human, or at least feel like you're being a normal human, you know? And I was telling myself like everything, dude, like I'm just going off on a tangent on this video. Like the weed helped me with my workouts. The weed helped me with my routine. It was part of my identity. Like all of my friends, like I was worried that if I gave weed up, like I would lose all my friends. And I kind of did. And like that's kind of like a good thing because they're all losers. And any of my friends that are watching this video are my old friends, or you guys are still my homies, but you guys are still living with your parents, still working dead-end jobs, not talking shit, but you guys are still having extreme negative habits. What makes someone a loser is their habits. You know, if you guys have shitty habits and you have negative self-talk around those habits, you know, that makes you a loser. But if you have positive habits and it makes you feel proud, that makes you a winner. It's very easy, guys. But I was so attached to marijuana, guys, just like I was attached to my ex-toxic relationship. It just reminded me of it. And it's just like, if you love something, you got to let it go. And that's how I kind of felt with these both situations. You know, I love that girl, but the relationship was so toxic. The breakup was so devastating that I had to just clear that out of my life. And the marijuana, like, I was thinking that it was helping me, but it was literally making me worse. My addict brain was like, dude, this is the only way that we can survive. This is the only way that we can progress. This is the only way that we can be a functional, normal human. That was a complete lie my addict brain kept on telling me. And I was realizing that I was getting worse and worse as the years progressed, as I kept on using year after year, every single day, wasting so much money, time, and energy on this plant. And I love it. So I had to let it go. I still love pot. Guys, I love it a lot. Quitting weed was hard as fuck for me, you know. It was at first it was hard to sleep. I lost some appetite. Social situations felt weird. But that was just like the first couple weeks, guys. Now I'm on actually day 47. I'm day 47, no weed, and I was smoking weed every day for 20 years. The hardest thing for me was like I was just worried I wouldn't be able to sleep. But that's not a problem anymore. And like, I don't know why. As a kid, I used to struggle with insomnia, and I was still smoking pot. And now as an adult, like, I'm just a better version of myself because I work constantly on my fitness, on my nutrition. I'm working on my mindset. I meditate. I do a lot of things that actually make you better. And once you become a better version of you, everything gets easier, guys. This is true. I mean, things are still hard, but things would be way worse if I was a shittier version of myself, smoking weed, convincing myself that the weed is, like, helping me with things. It's not. It was making me, maybe it helps you guys, but after decades of abuse, it's not making you better. Weed can help in certain isolated situations and stuff, but yeah. Guys, I know I'm going all off on a tangent. I just had an idea to make a video, and I was just like, you know, I love weed so much, it reminds me of this toxic fucking relationship I had, because I loved this girl so much. We were, like, engaged. I walked in on her with my best friend. And we kind of had like a break, you know, when we go through, we had like a little break, and then I walked in with my best friend, and that's what kind of fucking ruined it. And even thinking about that is like making my stomach churn. And it just, yeah, I mean, I'm just randomly saying shit just to be authentic, guys, and like, marijuana is not the worst thing, but I had to let it go because I love it so much. Nobody loved pot more than me, guys. I brought it to school. I loved weed so much, guys, that when I got in trouble with the law, I wanted to keep smoking. But I had to give my POP test like twice a month. So what I did is I had my friend's dad, Johnny, it's actually the guy I mentioned, the grower in high school. I had my friend's dad pee in a pee bottle with me, and I would keep it duct taped to my leg. All day, all the time, because you would get randomly hit up for a pee test. So I would duct tape some old dude's pee to my leg. That's how bad I loved. Like, guys, I don't know if you can even, I'm actually being real right now. Like, it's kind of uncomfortable for me to say, but yeah, I would duct tape an old dude's piss to my leg. And I'd have to duct tape, you have to duct tape it up high, like in your inner thigh, because it stays warm. Because when you do a pee test, and if you pee and like it's cold, they're gonna be like, that's a red flag. So you had to keep it warm. So I had to keep it there throughout the day to keep the urine warm, walking around and shit, getting high with the fucking old dude's pee tied to my leg. Guys, my addict brain was trying to convince me that this was helping me. It was making me worse, guys, and I was doing so many things to try to stay stuck with it, because I was like, this is who I am. I'm a pothead dude. I can do everything better as a pothead. I was a battle rapper as a pothead. I was a fitness coach as a pothead. I was in relationship. I did everything as a pothead. But now, just 47 days out of it, I'm a way better version of myself. Like when you stop doing what you regret and start doing what makes you proud, like you quickly become a better version of yourself. Working on my fitness daily, my nutrition, my mindset, meditating, journaling, learning something new, actually doing actions and habits that progress your life forward, instead of like smoking a plant thinking that it's like helping you like be normal. Like, that's your fucking addict brain. It's not actually helping you, okay? I had to find new habits. Gym, cold showers, reading. And I still suck at reading with my ADHD, but being more mindful about cravings, seeing small wins and stacking them. Guys, I made a lot of videos about marijuana, and I know they're kind of resonating with a lot of my audience. I'm going to keep making more about them. You know, my life changed so much after the first like 2.5 weeks. Of that first 3 weeks, like I just was noticing I was gaining so much more clarity and so much more confidence. Like I would never be able to make a video like this when I was smoking pot. Like I would have to pause the video, look at the script, pause the video, look at the script, and I just got a couple notes written and I'm just freestyling, okay? I feel like I'm finally in control of my life and my decisions, and it's the most powerful feeling ever. Actually feeling like you're in control, actually being proud of who you are and the actions you take, it feels way better than actually just feeling high. And honestly, I love feeling high. I was like, the other day I was going through some stressful shit and I was like, damn, I wish I could just take a hit. But I know when I'm sober and I'm going through stress, like I want to take a hit. But as soon as I take that hit, I will instantly regret it and it will ruin my day, week, month, and potentially life. Okay, guys, if you feel like something you love is holding you back, it might be time to rethink that relationship. If you love something, you got to let it go. And I love marijuana, guys. It's just a crazy plant, how it works, you know, just how it grows and how it's pungent, it smells. I think it smells so good. I would want to get a scented candle that smells like pot. Like, I love pot. Everything about it, from when you clear the bong and it hits your lungs and you're matching different strains, and it's cool to like match different strains, and then we break it up and roll it in a blunt, like. And then when we used to like roll a bunch of blunts and joints, and we would do refry blunts where we smoke them all and they would go little joints because they would be more resonated, and we take all those resonated joints, break them up and roll another joint, and those would be like a power joint. Like, that was so bad for our lungs and shit. But guys, growth requires sacrifice. You know, quitting pot is not about giving anything up. It's about gaining everything back. Straight up. Growth requires sacrifice, and sometimes that means letting go of things that once made you feel happy. But in the reality, guys, most people, me including, are looking for happiness in the same place they'll eventually lose it. Because, you know, marijuana was making me happy for a while, but after a while, I was getting massive depression, anxiety, and extreme negative self-talk, even suicidal thoughts. And I think habitually using marijuana is to blame. Like, it fucks with your brain and your chemical imbalance, and like it can give you psychosis. So, have you ever quit something that you loved, like a toxic relationship? Guys, I don't know. I just wanted to come on and make this video, be super authentic and real with you. This probably wasn't the most structured video, but hopefully you guys got value. I just wanted to say that, you know, I make a lot of videos that seem like anti-weed, but I love weed. I love weed so much that I had to let it go because it was consuming me. And I'm a very addictive personality, ADHD, OCD. I can't do drugs, drink alcohol, or do cigarettes. It consumes me. I'm an either all or nothing. So some people, I admire the people that can just take a hit once a week on the weekends. Hopefully, I'd love to get to that point in my life. You know, I'm 33 right now. I've been smoking weed every day for 20 years. 20 freaking years, guys. Like, enough is enough, okay? You know how much money I was spending? I was spending on average $20 to $40 a day. I just want to do the math real quick. Can I even pull up a calculator? So I was spending about, on average, I was spending about 30 bucks. I was a pothead. 30 bucks a day. Wait, let's just do, oh my God, this is going to be a, hold up. So, 369. Okay, Give me 1 sec. This is going to blow your mind how much money I was spending in the past 20 years on weed. Just on average. Okay, Okay, around $200,000, and I'm not counting when I was a teenager, but it was like, you know, from like maybe 17 to where I was spending over $200,000. Okay, fucking crazy. So I'm gonna be saving that now. So guys, I hope you got value from this video. Let me know what type of videos you guys want to see more on, whether it's weed, self-development, fitness, nutrition. I am an online fitness coach. If you're looking to replace your bad habits with good habits so you can get in the best shape of your life, inside and out, you could hit the link in my YouTube description to schedule a call with me. Message me on Instagram. I'd love to see if I can help you with your goals, guys. And but guys, if you got value, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Let's go.